with his signing confirmed on the company website weeks in advance. Chris Jericho made his WWF debut after weeks of hype for the reveal of the Millennium Man, expiring at around 10:20 p.m. on August 9th in the middle of Rock's promo to lead to a memorable Jericho-Rock confrontation drawing a peak 6.9 rating, with Jericho legit stirring things up the following week in a promo on Taker and Show doing 5.7 and 7.75, before moving on to a feud against Road Dogg in a comedic partnership with Howard Finkel on August 23rd. Bill Goldberg was set to team up with Sting against Seed and Rick Steiner near the crossover quarter on August 2nd, leading to a backstage brawl on the way to the ring to book it for 2 hours later in the main event, gaining over 1.3 million viewers to a peak 4 rating, with Goldberg again headlining Nitro in a big star power tag match the following week, teaming with Hogan and Sting in a match drawing Nitro's highest peak rating of the month, 4.4 rating, with Goldberg also bumping the show over 700,000 viewers to a first-hour high 3 rating in a match against Wyndham on August 16th. Seed headlined 3 out of the 4 Nitro shows during the month, with all 3 drawing show-high numbers with a combined viewership gain of around 5 million viewers, starting with him teaming up with Rick Steiner against Goldberg and Sting drawing a 4 rating in the overrun, followed by him teaming with Nash and Steiner against Goldberg, Hogan and Sting doing a 4.4. while working a singles match against Hogan for the WCW title on August 16th, jumping big in the main event to a 4.3. Undertaker and Big Show opened the month with 3 segments on the show, first with a tag match against Road Dogg and Kane doing a 6.4 rating, before coming out to confront Austin an hour later to set up a promoted Taker vs. Austin title match that ended in a brawl doing a 6.2 overrun, with Taker and Show attacking Rock in the opening quarter the following week, with both working separate matches on the night, with Show vs. Rock and Taker in a 3-way against Hunter and Chyna doing a 6.9, with Taker and Show cutting a promo in the ring on August 16th before being confronted by Jericho in a talked-about promo doing quarters between 5.7 and 7.3, coming off SummerSlam a day after winning the tag belts in a match against the Acolytes, gaining over 500,000 viewers to a 5.7 rating. Kane and X-Pac continuing the feud with Taker and Show had a series of tag matches during the month, starting with Kane teaming up with DX against Taker and Show doing a 6.4 rating, with Kane and X-Pac defending the belts against the Acolytes for the next 2 weeks, first in a match doing a 6.3, and the rematch opening Raw's second hour on August 16th jumping over 500,000 viewers to a 6.9 quarter, closing the month in a match against Mideon and Viscera with Taker and Show on commentary doing a 5.5. The Shane vs. Test and Stephanie feud was heating up heading into SummerSlam and being one of the big talking points coming off it after a strong performance from Test and Shane during the match, setting up a segment drawing a 5.6 rating on August 23 with Test proposing to Stephanie to start a Shane babyface turn and set up a ceremony segment in the next few months targeted to draw a big number. While 7 days after Vince was written off TV, Shane's response promo was hyped on August 2nd, with the Shane segment which saw Test coming out to confront him picking up over 1 million viewers to a 6.4 rating, with Test working a match against the Posse an hour later jumping over 900,000 viewers to a 6 rating, with Test and Shane in the peak quarter of the night the following week, with Test teaming with Shamrock against the Posse and Blackman doing a 6.9. Closing the build-up to SummerSlam with the Brawl doing a 6.6 rating on a show that also saw Shane as the special referee along with Michaels in the main event. Steve Austin's role was limited in August '99, with him set to take time off in the upcoming weeks after suffering knee injury during an off-the-air brawl with Triple H in late July, working through the SummerSlam pay-per-view in a series of angles to set up the main event for the show starting on August 2nd, with him involved in 2 segments, first with a promo hyping his match with Triple H before bringing out Taker and Show drawing a 5.6 rating, and the Overrun originally hyped as an Austin vs. Taker title match doing a 6.2. Austin was mysteriously attacked backstage on August 9.25 doing a 6.6 rating, before returning to the building to take out Triple H past 11 p.m., with Austin appearing on his final Raw show for the next month 6 days from SummerSlam doing commentary on the Mankind vs. Hunter main event to determine his opponent on Sunday doing 6.2 and 7.1 ratings. With WCW getting the majority of its star power back full-time on television in July and August, Hulk Hogan made another attempt to refresh his character, as after gradually turning babyface since mid-March, Hogan completed the turn on August 9th, coming out in the yellow and red for the first time in over 3 years to a massive reaction in the main event 6-man tag match with Goldberg and Sting, jumping big with over 2 million viewers to Nitro's highest-rated segment of the month 4.4 rating. Hogan was back in the main event for the next 2 weeks, first with a title match against Seed on August 16th doing another big gain of over 1.6 million viewers to a 4.3 rating, with Hogan and Sting setting up a title main event for the hyped Nitro from the MGM Grand in Vegas on August 23rd. Jumping over 1.1 million viewers to a 3.4 rating in the final quarter. With the Triple H push now into overdrive heading into the SummerSlam pay-per-view, The company used Governor Jesse Ventura's Wrestling TV return on August 9th in one of the most hyped segments of the year to give Hunter outside exposure on the way to the event by confronting Ventura along with the return of Shawn Michaels, with the Ventura segment jumping over 2.1 million viewers to a peak 6.9 rating. Triple H along with Chyna, Michaels and the returning Mankind were in the center of one of the most unpredictable Raw shows in history on August 16th in a series of matches to determine the #1 contender for SummerSlam, drawing massive numbers throughout the night, with the biggest one being the first Hunter vs. Chyna match that saw the return of Foley in 3 months, drawing a 7.3 rating, with Foley and Triple H working the main event on the night with Michaels and Shane as special referees, peaking with a 7.1, setting up Triple H's first title win on August 23rd, first with him taking out JR in an opening segment doing a 5.4 rating, and the Mankind vs. Triple H WWF title main event picking up over a million viewers to a 6.4. Billy Gunn and Chyna were set for a major push in August '99, with Gunn set for the highest profile match of his career in the SummerSlam co-main event against the peaking Rock, and Chyna playing a major role in the build-up to the three-way title match on the way to the event, including being involved in all 4 of Raw's peak segments during the month. Gunn and Chyna came out for a promo to start Raw's second hour on August 2nd, calling out Rock in a segment drawing a peak 6.7 rating, with Chyna working the main event the following week in a 3-way with Hunter and Taker doing a 6.9 overrun, setting up Chyna and Raw's highest rated quarter of the month with the first ever Chyna vs. Triple H match, followed by Mick Foley's TV return jumping over 1.8 million viewers to a 7.3 rating, with Chyna on the same night also working a match against Mankind drawing a big 7.2. With him gradually taking over the past few months as the top star in the business, Rock now leading the WWF in every metric as the #1 attraction in the merchandise charts on the road and on television, had every promotional campaign in the company started to be built around him, with the biggest being the upcoming debut of SmackDown on August 26th. Opening the month, arriving to the building to bump Raw over 600,000 viewers at the top of the hour for a confrontation with Billy Gunn and Chyna, drawing a show-high 6.7 rating, with Rock all over the show the following week, coming out to a huge reaction to open one of the biggest Raws of the year in a segment with Show and Taker, before returning to the ring an hour later to call them out and set up Chris Jericho's Raw debut, with the Millennium Clock expiring after the last month of hype, picking up over 800,000 viewers to another peak 6.9 rating, with Rock having the final build-up for his SummerSlam match with Billy Gunn in a segment drawing a 6.9 rating on August 16th, closing the month being involved in the 2 highest-rated segments of the night, first with a match against Gangrel to open Raw's second hour at 10 p.m., before taking the microphone post-match, cutting a work-shoot promo on management trying to hold him down despite being the biggest star in the business, jumping over 600,000 viewers to the highest-rated quarter of the night's 6 rating, before returning for commentary less than an hour later in the overrun doing a peak 6.4.